Hey everybody, welcome to Taking the Time Sunday edition. Sunday.
Be there. So, yeah, we're coming on a Sunday or whenever you watch this, if you decide to.
Right.
And we hope you do. If not, oh well. So
We'll never know.
We'll never know. Yeah. So what do you?
All right.
We got Dr. Q and myself, Brian, here today. So what do we have going on today, Doc?
Let's see the lineup. Of course, we're gonna do a wrist check here in a minute. We'll do an update on Wrist Check Monthly on what's going on there and upcoming charity lottery extravaganza. Let's call it.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of watches there. So we talk about the Seiko graph for a brief moment and then get right to Steel Dive review. Do we need to talk about anything else? We should come up with some heated topic to dispute whether something is better than something or at the
Movement
end.
wars.
No.
Can you wind? Is it safe to wind a automatic watch? Yes, it's safe to wind automatic. I do it all the time. I let them run down, I wind it up, and then I set the time.
I don't know.
That's just me, but
Travis.
you don't.
All right. Oh yeah. I mean, when you need to, you wind it.
Yeah, I mean, it needs a jump start. Instead of shaking it.
Fully wound watch is about 30 to 40 twists, spins, whatever you want to call it. Typically, on average, all numbers up.
Yeah, most modern watches have clutches in the that won't allow it to be overwound. And when you get to a more vintage like pocket watch movement, you're going to feel a definite stop and don't go any farther. There's that's our hot button topic of debate today, and so
I think that was done. All right, so what are you wearing?
Well, today I am wearing the Steel Dive Captain Willard. It's basically a Seiko turtle, but
has it become your?
Sorry,
has it become your daily? Has it replaced the Tissot in your daily spot?
No, that's just what I was wearing earlier.
I'm gonna message Emily and I'm like, you need to take that Tissot and hide it, bury it, burn it, do something.
It's broke. I busted the chronograph on it and everything. Yeah, it's just my daily knock around. But this would be very wearable as daily wear.
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing something a little bit more fancy for my norm. I'm wearing my Seamaster. Ceramic dial, bezel, got the nice, beautiful coaxial movement in the back. It's on the OEM rubber strap. It's so comfortable on that. I really didn't like rubber straps until maybe a few months ago. Started kind of giving some love to the rubber strap. I don't know what that is. I'm ignoring it.
Oh wait! They're made by the same company.
Wasn't that a NATO?
This?
I could be wrong. I thought
it's just silicone.
Okay, I thought you were flexing that NATO. I'm like, get out of here. Okay, all right.
Oh no, it's your watch's brother.
On a side note, Doxa. We reviewed a Doxa quite a while back, right?
Yeah.
Their rubber straps on their website are like $400 and some. Like that's the most expensive factory rubber strap I think I've seen in correlation with the price of the watches. The watches sell for what? About $1,800-$1,900, give or take. Let's say around $2,000.
Yeah.
This is like a fifth of that.
Yeah, that's
side note.
I know. Panerai is really up there with their rubber straps, but they're supposed to be really good quality.
They're I think they're 170.
That's actually not bad in comparison of the price of the watch. I mean, so
That's without a buckle, but
Okay.
yeah, the buckles are like $200, I think. So, yeah, so
why do we do this to ourselves?
but I
And
mean,
anybody watching and also knows this, yeah. And Michael said, yeah, Oris also is really expensive for bracelets. Hi, Travis.
bracelets, yeah,
And yeah, well, bracelets are always
bracelets, yeah. That's like the 50 fathoms that we did. Was that our last show? Might have been.
Yeah, I think so.
The bracelet on that, if you look on their website, the price for the watch on the strap and the watch on the bracelet, there's like $3,000 difference.
Yeah,
it's like 14 something for the one on the strap, and it's like 17 something for the one on the bracelet. So yeah. So the next time somebody tells me that a Miyota movement isn't worth $500, I'm gonna refer them to this episode.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it
doesn't matter. It doesn't
matter. Yeah, I mean, it's wild, yeah, and I mean, but I know even Tissot, they fall victim. It's the same thing. They get the stainless steel, and it's something like another $400, and it's like, what? No, okay.
Michael's like, time to call strap code. So here's the other little caveat that I learned about Blawpon in our little adventures. Their straps are 23 millimeters. So I don't know.
That's a nice to you as a consumer. Yes.
I don't know how easy it is to find 23 millimeter watch straps. I know IWC does, I think, 21 millimeter on some of their stuff. So that's kind of another.
That would be tremendously aggravating.
Right.
And especially because, I have like Sasquatch paw. And ironically, I wouldn't even probably be able to find a NATO out there, that would fit it. It would have to be something that just didn't fit right, or something that was trimmed down, or something I had to chop up just to wear it until I could, get another one made. So.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Michael, Squall, if that's how you pronounce it, they're just being jerks if they're doing 21 millimeter straps. That's a jerk move. I specify.
Odd number straps.
Every watch that I design, I'm like, it needs to have a 22 millimeter lug width. I think that's a great size. It's a great, thick, full look. And I like to keep that standard through the watches I make. Just make it easy so that if people want to swap straps that, you have multiple Mitchells, you can do that.
Oh, ironically, I think this one's like 21.8.
That's a 22.
But I think a 22 is actually too wide for it. So
you make it work. Squeeze it.
You jam it in there. Yeah.
All right. Real quick, I want to go and 22. 20 is a little thin these days. I wanted to review real quick the Wrist Check monthly subs for May. Everybody's got their watches or it's in transit. I think I've got the green light to review them. But the gold was the Nemesis. Is it the Loggerhead? Is that the right name? It's their diver with that like super cool
it's kind of marble
dial. There's actually different names. I think one of them is the Loggerhead, and so there's like an orangish red, a red, and then there's a black dial. They're super cool dials. They're beautiful pieces. I'm kind of kicking myself for not having went ahead and got one myself. So the silver was the Moss Diver, that's named after the jellyfish that I can't pronounce, and I'm not going to try. Bronze was a Seven Sins watch. And the last one, their new steel check, which is 69 pounds, was the Lancaster chronograph, which is, that's a stupid deal.
Who got that? I wonder if whoever won the one that I had that I sent, I did send it out. I don't know if it ever made it. People at FedEx were weird, and I was like, this is going to leave the country. And they're like, well, just put this paperwork here. And they just took a box. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
So I hope it made it to wherever it was. I forget who won, but yeah.
Yeah. And so our clue or our hint for next month for for this month, the June subs is big bold collars. It's kind of a, your loose cue, big bold collars. So don't miss out. Get your subs in, man. They've blown us away every month, I think. Seriously, this May was phenomenal. That gold sub was just gorgeous. I really do wish I should have got that watch, but
yeah, it's a really nice looking watch. I mean, it is. I've seen them online, and they're. I mean, as far as like photogenic, it's a very photogenic watch, and I mean, it just has a kind of textured dial, and it's just, they did a really nice job. That it's very well thought out and designed. In my opinion.
Speaking of Wrist Check Monthly, we finished our poll for who was going to be the recipient of the donations for the next raffle coming up, which we have over 20 watches donated to so far. Over 20 watches. It's crazy. Crazy. This is the coolest decision that any collective group of people have made when voting. What has happened is the funds are going to go to the Veterans Watch Initiative, which is a free school for veterans to go to learn how to be watchmakers. Now, for us, like obviously we chose, we wanted it to be related to veterans, so we kind of put, those, various charities related to veterans up, and you guys spoke, and we got Veterans Watch Initiative to be the recipient of all the money that will be collected from the raffle tickets for this over 20 watch. This is insane. Over 20 watches. It's crazy. I'm just thinking, like, we're gonna have to plan.
You're going on the show to do the spin.
How we do this? Yes, we're gonna have to strategize on how. It's crazy. Over 20 watches.
We need all the tech support and all the help we got. So yeah, right. All hands on deck. You're all invited. Let's make it a party.
Right. We told somebody they were gonna have to come on and be the guest and do it. I can't remember who it was. But we might have a guest come on and spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's incredible. So we've got Wrist Check Monthly scrolling at the bottom. Taking the time 10 is the discount code for 10% off subscription. Don't forget to use that, especially if it's first time. And don't miss out, guys. These guys are working their butts off to pull out some great subs every month. Just honestly blown away. And again, we do not get paid to do this. We don't get free watches out of it. We're making a decision to help out another group, and in turn they're helping out with us to share the word. So it's a mutually beneficial, but with no financial compensation in any direction. So yeah, but yeah, this is gonna be crazy. I don't think we've started selling the tickets yet, Travis. It will be coming very soon though. So, and you'll see the announcement when they have been starting to be sold. So, and that is definitely coming very soon. As soon as I can get the Seiko graph in the black, I'm going to donate one of those. But we're still a little ways off from that. I need to get those Seiko graphs moving. I know the challenge is it's a rendering. I'm really relying on people to recognize the Raider case shape, and it's going to be very consistent with the Raider case, with the obvious exception of there's going to be a chronograph movement in there. So I don't know if or how much thicker, but I'm going to assume it'll be slightly thicker. It's still going to have the same case shape. It's still going to be a 42 millimeter. It's still going to have the same bezel design. It'll have a display back so you can see that STP movement, because it is a pretty movement to look at. The ST19 movement. Sorry, it's a very pretty movement to look at. It's a piece of art in my opinion.
It is. And what I like is with the Raider case that it's 42 millimeter, but the dial is like 40 of the 42 millimeters. So it's just a nice big dial. And, you know, this is, I don't know, like a 44 or 46 or whatever. And this is like my knock around watch. I wear it all the time. I literally like beat it almost to death. It will be dead by the end of the year, I'm sure. So don't worry about it. So you don't have, it doesn't need to be hidden. But, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I like it because it has, you know, nice big dial. It has a kind of flagger style, you know, hands on it.
Yeah.
Both the, you know, come down right now, but it's just easy to read. But then when I put on the Raider, it's every bit as easy, if not easier, because it doesn't have that extra, you know, stuff going on in the back. It doesn't look like a, you know, 3-year-old drew this up after they saw a dump truck drive through a, you know, like a bunch of traffic cones or something. So,
yeah. It's, I mean, it's just, that's what I really look for is clean, simple, elegant designs, not too cluttered. I love to put in some vintage flavor in my pieces. If that's not obvious. I've been truly thinking about, and you know, it's funny because I said I never make a diver, but I've actually truly been thinking about trying to do a Raider design diver. So based on the Raider case, I'm just having how I would keep the bezel, to keep that gnarled ribbed kind of look, but that's a whole nother show. But be sure to get your Raider or your Seiko graph orders in. I'm getting ready to turn off all the codes probably the end of next. So there's a few codes roaming around out there, and Brian even has one. So if you're chatting up Brian, he's got a little discount code he can provide you too. Newsletters, one of them, newsletter 25, and that's the only one I can really remember. There's a specific one for the roughly elite guys, but I think that's really the only one I can remember is the newsletter 25, and then the special code for our wrist checkers. But
I think that newsletter 25 is actually better than mine. So yeah, hey, you know, if you could save some money, use it, right? Order it. It's going to be. I don't have a doubt in mind. It's going to be awesome. I mean,
we're real close.
So
the run has already been ordered. You know, I've already started the production process. The deposit's already been paid. So the watch is coming whether you buy it or not.
Yeah.
I'm going to have them.
Yeah.
It's just a matter
of how many you have. Yeah. So
yeah. And I mean, at $450, that's pretty darn good price for a chronograph, I think, especially a mechanical chronograph. But
well, yeah, anyway. The Stratton used that movement in it, and it wasn't the ETA version. It was the ST19 in their it's kind of a diver chronograph, and it's like
500 meters
bucks on $500 on pre-order, and so yeah. So I mean, and that's a really good. That's a beast of a watch too, and the depth rating on it's insane for a chronograph. I mean, like, it defies all logic as far as a chronograph is. But it's, you know, it's meant for it's called the yacht racer. It's meant for sailing. You know,
right.
So, yeah. I mean, so if it goes in if it takes a little swim, probably be okay. Depends on where you are, I guess. So.
The depth rating on mine will be 100 meters, which is a very respectable depth rating for a pilot style watch, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Michael, it is a pretty darn good deal. Get on over there and order one. Use newsletter 25 as the discount code. Get another 25 off. And all right, I've marked it enough for this one. I've got our website scrolling if people don't know it, mitchelltimepieces.com. So go ahead and head on over there and get your watch ordered. And we'll turn it over to Brian for a little STEELDIVE review.
Yeah, and that psychograph is really cool with the discs that rotate instead of hands and everything. So, You know, I don't, if in case you haven't seen it yet, I mean, obviously a conventional chronograph looks, you know, like this.
Busy. So busy.
Kind of like that. Yeah. I mean, this, well, it's in there. It has a 6-hour chronograph. It no longer works, but that's what happens when you beat life out of it. But anyway, yeah. So it's with the 2 discs. I mean, it's extremely minimalistic, and it's going to be super easy to read. So I definitely think, yeah, if you're looking for something like that, check it out. And the story behind it is really cool. Did you want to go into any of that, or?
I'll skim it real quick. So it is based off the Raider. And when I was looking at history and thinking about the history of Mitchell, the Raiders based on the World War II events. So the next big aviation milestone is Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier. Doing a little research, I found that Chuck Yeager's family, and he actually passed away about a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago, but Chuck Yeager or his family or estate actually sued somebody for using his liking or name. So I've just been sharing the story of the fact that what inspired this and the chain of events in the Mitchell timepieces and the correlation to history is after World War II, the next biggest event was breaking the sound barrier and the X1. I forgot. It's the X1, right? Yeah.
I think so, man.
And so I didn't want to incorporate too much into the actual watch as far as using names or things like that. I was trying to keep a clean, clutterless dial. That's why I did those concealed discs, which cleans the dial versus a traditional chronograph like that by about 60%, maybe a little bit more because I didn't do the tack around it, which nobody uses. But trying to be as clean as possible. So on the black dial, it's going to be like an orangish red. So it's going to look red to some people. It's going to look like it's a slight orangey red, but I'm trying to really match the color of the X1, the orange on the X1. It was orange and white, and then so I just threw in the blue for the sub discs for the blue sky. Yeah,
I think that white dial is going to be really popular. I mean, I did order the black. I ordered the black dial, but I think the white dial is going to be very popular. It looks really good.
Yeah, and I love that blue, the blue color. I use the Pantone blue for the BMW logo, the same blue. So just a little random chunk of useless information. That's how I picked the blue, but I was just thinking like a nice blue sky, which is about that color. Didn't want to go too light because the dial's white. But yeah, I mean, just kind of going through history, aviation history is, starting on the Raider line, the events from the Doolittle raid in World War II. And then the next big thing with the Raider line would be the, breaking the sound barrier. So that's the 50-cent tour of the story behind the watch. And I'm pretty sure it's all on the website too. Yeah.
It is, and it's a cool story, and it's a really cool looking watch. So I'm looking forward to getting that in. I am
too. It's one of those that we'll all be getting it together. So
yeah, and I mean, I just think it's going to be really cool. I haven't seen anything like it before, so of course that ticks the really unique box. So which I like. So I guess without further ado, we're going to talk about the STEELDIVE, which I actually got from Michael. Thank you. And cool. Comes this nice little plastic
Pelican case.
Sort of. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a Pelican case, but it's has a kind of a summer rubber strap.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of probably too short for me. Has let's see, little shit. Whoop. Beep. Little scuba man thing, and
Tropics. That's what I was trying to think of. Michael said it's tropic style dive strap, and that's what I was trying to think of.
That's it. And warranty card with little scuba man, and yeah, so I mean it's a nice little kit. And the kicker is, and it also, well, I got it with, and Michael put this on there. It's kind of oyster style bracelet. This is aftermarket. So
that would actually be a Jubilee style strap, sir.
Is it? Yeah.
As a
yeah, that's right. But
yeah, I was too, Michael. I was too. He said he's impressed by the price point.
Serious. No, I mean the price point of this watch
for a third of the price or something crazy
is really. I mean, this is where it's either going to turn people on or off. And I'll show it to you. It's about it's very similar to a Seiko Turtle style case. Has an NH35 like Seiko date, sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel, all this engraved case back, which it either looks like the little scuba man that I showed.
Their logo, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's a little, yeah. At least on this one, and I put it on. I mean, it's just on a regular, simple NATO, and now just for now because had that on a boat, and we got.
I want to see it on. I want to see it on that bracelet.
200 meters water resistance. You have seen it on the bracelet. Yeah, it looks really sharp.
What's the case size again? I'm sorry.
43.
Okay.
And so it's kind of all right. So it's polished on the sides, but the top is brushed.
I like that.
And so yeah, I mean now. You say, okay, it's got a NH35. That's a good movement, automatic movement. Sapphire crystal, 200 meters water resistance, which is pretty standard for a diver. Ceramic bezel, screw down crown. And you're looking at prices between 100 and 120 bucks.
That's crazy.
I'm dead serious. Yeah, you can't. I get it. It's an homage. It's kind of the Captain Willard from Apocalypse Now, who was played by Martin Sheen. And it's, so, but I mean, I think it's probably, I think you can get it and you probably get one with a San Martin logo on it too, or whatever, they're kind of, I think they kind of share. They definitely share DNA. I don't know if they're completely the same or what, but I mean, nobody. I haven't heard anybody say really anything bad about these things, and for the price, it's just unbelievable. Like the amount of kit you can get. The one downer is it's a 20 millimeter
lug.
I mean, it's a little thin, but it wears well, even on my,
Right? Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought it was smaller than 43 for whatever reason, probably because of the 20 millimeter lug.
Well, it's also kind of like flared.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's I mean that's kind of more or less just to protect the crown. So the crown is at 4 o'clock on this one.
This probably gives it a little bit more visual volume.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely that that Seiko style, and yeah,
I mean you can't beat that for the price. You're right. It's either gonna turn people on or turn people off.
Yeah, I mean I can get why people could be skeptical at that price, but and like Michael said, little bezel has a little bit of play. But it's 120 click unidirectional bezel, which I mean, it's just all standard dive stuff, diver that you're going to spend a couple $100 on. And, and I could still get the arrow to line up at the 12 o'clock position. So, which is more than even some of the big name divers have issues with that. So I was really impressed. I mean, for the price, you're talking about peanuts for the amount of watch you're getting.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, good, you need to buy one because do any of us need to buy?
Let's face it. If you're watching this show, you don't need to buy a watch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You own
too many.
Yeah. But the 20, yeah, Michael said the 20 millimeter strap gives it that kind of that 70s era look, which late 60s, early 70s Vietnam era.
That don't make it look right though. Those mustaches weren't right either in the 70s, but we don't need to be bringing that back. Man, I saw somebody the other day. 70s stash. I'm like, oh man. Like,
just yeah. There you go. Yeah. Might have been Ron Jeremy. So.
I don't know what that dude looks like. So I don't know.
This is a bad place. This is a bad place. This is going sideways now. Yeah, like Michael said, they have most of them are really extremely reasonably priced. They do have a Omega Proploff homage, and it's around $400.
Those watches are ridiculous. I'm just gonna say that
they are absolutely ridiculous. But I mean it has the ridiculous spec to it too. I mean, you can take it down like 1,000,000 feet and there, whatever. It's absolutely just bonkers.
I got a question though. Whoever's watching this, do you actually think that the Polyproof is a good looking watch? Like what's your story on that? Like, that's my question to the audience today. Please put your responses in the comments. I love to see what people are saying.
Yeah, I mean, they're absolutely.
I see it and I'm like, this is an abomination to like.
Yeah, they're massive. Like, it's a piece of it's like having a steel mill on your wrist or something. Yeah,
it's unique.
It is unique and distinct.
Sure is. But so was the Chevette and the Pinto and the Corvair was unique and distinct. We could go on
with Corvair and with a Pinto. Come on.
No, but it was distinct, but it was also a tragedy.
Yeah. I mean, well, it had a minor tendency of catching on fire, but let's gloss over that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool. A little rear engine's car. It was boom. Fun.
All of a sudden you're on fire. Cool.
Yeah. All of a sudden I'm ablaze. All right. Yeah. Duck and roll. So yeah.
I'm gonna have to make bigger watches for Travis, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Our next watch is going to be a 46 millimeter square.
Yeah. Also works as a backup boat anchor. And
just picture the Air Commander, but squared out and bigger and flat and all brushed. Big
on the side. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a chronograph with a compressor.
Yeah, compressor bezel.
A screw down gas ring at 4 o'clock. Or no, it'd have to be 8 o'clock. We'll have the gas escape at 8 o'clock. We'll have the compressor head crown at 10 o'clock, and then the chronos will be on the other side.
There you go. Or make it a bullhead, and have the chrono pusher stick it straight out the top, like just giant,
And then I could
use it like you can hit something like that and like get both of their eyes at the same time. So yeah. So, yeah.
Oh my God! Then I can drive it with my Corvair.
Yeah.
So Travis does not have a Corvair. That would be like.
That would be awesome if he did, though. He might. I don't know.
And for the record, I think that the Corvair wasn't a bad-looking vehicle. It was just a little ahead of its time, maybe. I'm still assuming that Travis does not have a Corvair, though. I'm waiting for.
It'd be cool if he did. I don't know. You might.
I actually want to see pictures if he does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the GPS locator in the crown, like the.
There we go, like the emergency, the Breitling emergency.
Yeah, Breitling.
I always wanted one of those.
It only works for like 24 hours too, and it's like the.
And then you got to send it to Breitling if you get rescued.
Yeah, as long as you get rescued. Yeah. That's awesome.
That kind of.
I used to drive a. I had a '73 Bug, and I'm enormous. So yeah.
I love bugs.
Yeah, I mean, they're cool. So yeah, I mean, it's it's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of classic cars and things. I wish I still had them. So worth a lot more now than they used to be. So, but, yeah. So,
well, you know what? Let's see if the guys can throw us something to debate real quick. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up. But we'll see if they can throw something at us to debate. Make it good, though.
Yeah,
you two guys chatting it up.
Yeah. I mean, and these guys have some. They're throwing out some knowledge. Breitling guarantees rescue within 3 hours anywhere on the globe. They have global special forces, elite teams that
if you can stay afloat or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't work if you're stuck at the bottom of a cave or a mine shaft or something. But
there's for divers, there's these little boxes that you can flip and turn a similar beacon on.
Yeah, it's like an EPIRB for a boat or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything?
I don't know. I don't
debate anybody there.
Right. Something crazy at us.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm going to put the wrist check banner back up because I want everybody to go over there and get their subs in before June the 10th. June the 10th deadline for the cute gold collars. Uh-oh. Oh, my God. Daytona with Zenith or with that. Oh, movements? Well, at this point in the game, I'll take the one with the Zenith movement because it's probably worth about 10,000 more than the one with the Rolex movement. So I'll go with Zenith.
All day. Yeah.
Yeah, the El Primo movement. I mean, it's a great
El Primero. Yeah, it's that way. We just agreed on that. So
right, I wouldn't be
very good debate.
I wouldn't be
chat debate. I
wouldn't be surprised if the Rolex movement's based off of the El Primo in a lot of ways. They just tried to make it better. I mean, I don't know. I can't bash Rolex's quality of movements by any means. Considering I've seen some of their like 1520 and 1530 caliber movements in watches, 30 and 40 years later, and they were still crushing accuracy. So yeah, there's no way I can slam Rolex's accuracy and quality in a movement durability. But in this particular instance, I'm going to go with the value, and I'm going to pick the Zenith because it's more valuable. The one aesthetic difference and I'm specifically referring to the stainless steel Daytona, is on the Zenith versions before they did their own in-house movements. They had black in the subdials on the white, like the circles, the rings were black, and in the Rolex movements, they're actually silver. So, and then for the black movements, vice versa. I think that was the big aesthetic difference.
Could be.
They're not pandas, but instead of having silver on the subdials on the little tracks, it was black with the Zenith movements. So yeah, I guess I'm right. It's been a while since I've seen any of those. So.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see them that often. I mean,
here's a question. We're gonna piggyback on that on the Daytona. Do you like the polished bezel or the new ceramic black bezels?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I think I kind of like the black on there. Actually, it's got gives it a really nice contrast. A lot of when you get into real high polish, so and we win again. And but
I go with polished.
You go polished. So okay,
the tradition of the Daytona watch more.
It does, but I think I do like the contrast of it, and it's you're gonna pick it up a little bit more, and
but it's a scratch magnet. If you've ever seen like somebody's Daytona that actually wears it, it's like, oh, it hurts. It hurts my soul.
Yeah, I mean, that's
black dials versus white subdials. Oh, which Panda? Oh, you like black dials with white subdials or white dials with black subdials?
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
What?
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
I don't know which one I like better. Huh. Travis, you might have got me on that one. I like white dial watches. I have a love-hate relationship with white dial watches, actually. I'd probably pick the white dial with black subdials. But I'd probably like the black with the white subdials better in the long run.
Yeah. Yeah, I think black with the white subdials should be more. You're going to get more visual. It's going to be, I think, more aesthetically. Yeah, and just kind of that panda style. Yeah. And so.
I think that's the last one for us, guys.
Is that it? You know, I mean, so yeah, I mean, we've really taken this. We've kind of had a roller coaster. I had a slip up, and
it's just one word.
Made a sound that I.
It might have been our first. It might have been our first 4-letter word that we dropped on air.
Yeah, that we have. Yes, I think it. I think it was. I'm only hoping that my internet was lagging right then, so everybody missed it. Now everybody's gonna go back. What do you say? What do you say? Yeah. So
I don't think we'll get dinged for that on any.
I doubt it. I don't think anybody cares.
No.
He's coming.
Have you watched YouTube ever, Travis?
Yeah.
Beep.
Yeah. Well, sorry. It's live. I mean, I was watching the Stanley Cup playoff last year, and I mean, it was live. I mean, it was live after the game, or 2 years ago, and then when they won the Stanley Cup, I mean, it's just F-bombs on, and it's all just on national TV that wasn't filtered at all. And when it got back to the studio, they had to apologize for it. Well, we're sorry about some of that language. That I mean, hey, those guys were pumped up about winning the Stanley Cup and hockey, you know. So,
I mean, honestly, I'm surprised I haven't. I've probably came pretty close a few times because my mouth is rather loose outside of work and this show. So.
Oh yeah.
So, but anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna shut it down. Sign off. Be sure you're liking us at Taking Time on Facebook, Taking Time Watch Talk on Facebook, Veterans Watch Collector channel on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, love us, heart us, follow us, whatever you do on social media. Do those things. We are at 950. We need 50 more people. And Wrist Check Monthly is going to give away a gold subscription, I believe. So once we hit 1,000,
not to us though. It's to
not to us. Yeah,
our viewers. I think it's limited to our viewers. See, I mean, you guys. I know Travis and Michael. You guys have really hung in there today. I can't believe you've gone the distance at almost 45 minutes with us.
Right. I think Travis ducked out for a minute though.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So I mean, you know, all the love, you guys. You know, keep rocking it. And yeah, so
you guys next time.
All righty, till next time.
Have a good one.